Good morning, trading world. It is Monday, February 11th, quarter to 6 a.m. Pacific time. I am Jonathan van Clute with Stock Navigators, here to talk to you about what's going on in the markets right now. First, quick reminder, as always, to like, comment, and subscribe. Give us feedback. Let us know what you think about these videos and what else we can do to help you in your trading. You can always click that little alarm bell as well if you would like to get notified when I'm going to be going live. All right, let's start with the S&P 500. This is the ES, the E-mini futures, the March contract, and well, I'll be honest, I got kind of excited about this. I liked that. I saw finally this pullback I've been talking about wanting to see for a while. Yeah. Oops, hang on. Shut up. There we go. I've been waiting for this pullback to give us a higher low, and it just hasn't given it to us. Momentary hint that it might be coming, and then nope, keep going, and then we're getting the same thing. Momentary hint that it might keep going, and then nope, wants to go higher. So, um, I don't know, a little bit annoying for me, just because I want to see this behave as a normal, healthy uptrend should, which is higher highs and higher lows, and consistent pullbacks. And not really getting that. I can't really count this as much of a pullback because it's just not far enough as a percentage of this move. It's it's just really small, and I have a difficult time believing that this market would be so strong that we would get super shallow retracements and then keep busting higher, just with everything that's going on in the world right now. So, this is an interesting time. We need to see very carefully what's going to happen here. If we can take out this high here, then there is every reason to continue higher and test this level somewhere in this triple top here, someplace in there. But on the other hand, if we fail to make a higher high here, if we stall out somewhere around here and then roll over, then we're looking for a takeout of this level. If we see that, then we should definitely see a retracement, and a decent one at that. I would ideally like to see it come down. Somewhere around in here, around the 2600 level. Realistically, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see it kind of get stuck somewhere in there, in this previous congestion area here. This sort of pullback, but not really a pullback, someplace in that area. And as a percentage of this move, that would be acceptable to me. That would be roughly the 38.2 or so retracement. So I'd be okay with that. I'd be even happier to see it like a 50% retracement, just because as far as sort of calm health goes, that's what I'd like to see. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So we're looking for either a takeout of that level or a takeout of that level. Those are the two levels in a daily that I'm looking to be breached. On an intraday, of course, we are in an uptrend right now on the 60-minute, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, etc. There's no question about that. But we've got this level has stalled out, and then here's the low, and these are the same levels we're looking at here. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. Watch for those areas. If I zoom in a little bit here, you can see it a little bit better. There is still volatility to be had if you're looking to day trade. Right now, the 21 EMA has curved around and is pointing upwards. But given that we've got this overhead resistance area here, I mean, I could call it a sell zone, but basically this little sideways congestion area. That is going to be a significant factor, and we are very close to it right now. So we'll have to see what happens when the market opens. Maybe we do a quick run up into that zone and stall out, and then maybe come back from there. Don't know exactly. Obviously, nobody does. So we'll just have to wait and give the market a little bit of time to shake out and see what exactly it wants to do. Does it really have the energy to continue higher? Is this little pullback here, is that enough of a retracement from this move, for example, or even the bigger move? If I pull out, there we go. Is that really enough? to cool off and then be able to build strength and march higher. I don't know. So, kind of a wait and see mode at the moment, and that's really all I can say. Is just wait and see. Right now, we are just stuck in a wait and see. So, watch for those levels and see what happens after they're breached. Crude oil has just popped below the rising trend line. Looked for a moment like it might hang on that trend line and go higher, but that has not happened at the moment. We have poked below it and are going sideways pretty much on the 21 EMA. So it might continue to do that for a little while. And again, we are still stuck in this previous congestion area. So, we're right in there right now, and we could stay in there for a little while. Might go sideways for a bit before really being able to go higher or break down. Could go, either direction. But at the moment, anyway, we do have this pattern of higher highs and higher lows, and this is technically a higher high than that. So if we pull back, make a higher low somewhere here, maybe, and then march higher, take out this level here, then we are definitely in crude looking to go higher, and then we'll be looking to retrace a significant portion of this move here. So watch for that. To the downside, I'd be watching for a takeout of this level here. If that is breached to the downside, then I would expect to see a further correction. Maybe even get so far as to retest this bottom down here rather, and make a double bottom in this buy zone. So all of those things are quite possible, but right this second, not giving us a super obvious hint to direction, just going sideways in the daily. On the 60, well, we're getting pretty close to double bottoming down here. So we have been grinding our way with lower lows and lower highs for a number of days now. And, maybe it'll go a little bit further to complete that. And, just watch for that low to get breached. And then most likely we're going to watch for a test in this area and look for that. And if it holds, then that's what we're looking at as a double bottom here. And then a probable push higher and back up into this area here where there is a fair amount of overhead congestion, overhead resistance. But that's what I'll be looking for, is a move to the upside. And if we can break this descending trend line as well, that'll be one more piece of confirmation to just add to the whole puzzle. And of course, the 21 EMA turning around and heading upwards and holding upwards as well. Instead of doing lower lows and lower highs, we need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. So that's what I'll be looking for in crude oil. Now, gold, well, it's broken back down again below the level of this sell zone. But that is healthy and normal because we are talking about higher highs and higher lows. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Right now, we're maybe poising to make a higher low. We are right at the 21 EMA, kind of bouncing off of that trend line, which certainly is still up. So that is the direction. We do still have an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. We just need to see this level here taken out. So if we can make a higher low somewhere here and then pop higher, breach this level, challenge that level there, and then just keep on going, higher highs and higher lows. Right now, anyway, gold is in a daily uptrend, but it has been up here a number of times before, and every time it gets up into the 1400 or so range, it gets slapped down again. So we'll have to see how far the gold bugs can push this one, and if they can really sustain it, get up into and past that 1400, 1450 level, and try to march higher. So they've got a lot of work ahead of them to be able to do that, but that is what they're pushing for. So right now, higher highs and higher lows in gold. Now on the 60, however, this is why multiple time frame analysis is so important. On the 60, we're trying to make lower lows and lower highs. So that is consistent with a pullback. Of course, a pullback would be lower lows and lower highs. And right now, today, we're having actually a large down candle. So we're having a big push to the downside right now, like this nice move here. But look where we're heading. We're heading right into a buy zone. And previously, when it entered here, it barely touched the top, just got through it rather, and bounced higher, bounced off of it. Now it's going to try to do the same thing. So what happens? Do we get a double bottom? Do we just test the full distance of the buy zone and then bounce higher? What do we do? Don't know. It's a wait and see moment right now. We need to wait and see, do we get an actual breakdown that gets down below the level of this buy zone? Oh, pardon me. Still waking up this morning and heads lower. Or do we come down, test the bottom somewhere, maybe, or even test the middle and then head higher and then break this pattern of lower lows and lower highs? So those are kind of the things I'm looking for, is either a breakdown or a test and hold, and then march higher and continue this pattern of higher highs and higher lows. So the predominant trend is higher highs and higher lows. It is up. So I would prefer to wait for any signs of a turnaround in the short term. Wait for this to stop making lower lows and lower highs, start making higher highs and higher lows, and then get on board the shorter term with being in sync with the longer term. Okay, natural gas has come down and bounced up. We've got a little bit of a gap up here, and right now looking to try to head higher. But on the 60-minute, you can see here we've got a sell zone overhead, so we've got some resistance. We did manage to break through and break over this descending trend line, so that is a bullish sign. We'll go ahead. Go ahead and delete that. Boy, I'm having a hard time waking up this morning. And right now, anyhow, we need to decide, well, is this actually a reversal? I mean, have we seen a bottom and a bounce, or is this just part of that continuing pattern of lower lows and lower highs? Is this just a lower low and we're going to get a lower high somewhere and then break this and make a lower low? We'll have to wait and see. But we do have this buy zone here, and we have an additional one down below, and that is really kind of the last line of defense, is that second zone here. So if price pops up, maybe trap a bunch of bulls somewhere in here who think, hey, we're heading higher, maybe get to the 21 EMA, something like that, then push down, take out to this level here, then look for a test of this zone. And if that doesn't hold, then this zone really needs to hold for the bulls. Otherwise, if it does not, then there's no question that this is continuing lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, etc. And we're going to want to play to the downside. 60-minute time frame, we certainly have turned around pretty sharply. We had this, very obvious pattern of lower lows and lower highs, and now all of a sudden the 21 EMA has hooked around quite sharply and is heading upwards. So we really need to see what's going to happen, though, as it gets near to this level, because this is going to be our first area of significant resistance. Will be right up here. And then, of course, we've got a second one up here. And we even could say we have this congestion area, consolidation area back here would be reasonable for price to kind of stall a little bit in that section as well. So there's a lot overhead for natural gas to overcome if it's going to try to head to the upside. So right now, I would be more inclined to look for a play to the downside because that is where the trend is. The lower lows and lower highs on the daily is the bigger direction. So let's take a final look at Bitcoin and wrap up for the day. Bitcoin had a nice little pop, and we haven't seen this for a little while. There it is, and that is certainly a good sign for the bulls. We have a failure to make a lower low right here, and as long as we make a higher low somewhere in here and then break this and start marching higher, just gradually higher highs and higher lows, we eventually can take out this level. Now we're finally talking about some upside, and Bitcoin can try to reclaim some of the losses from the last year. So is that going to happen? Well, we don't know. Of course, we've got this wedge shaping up here, and that is playing out really perfectly. I mean, price came right down into the bottom of the wedge and then popped up, and right now smack in the middle of the wedge. So we really just need to wait and see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Can it get out of this area, either this high or this low? It's kind of got to do one or the other. But that's on a daily time frame. And if you are looking for more smaller trades, you want to scalp intraday, what have you, well, we had a little downtrend here that threw a trend line on, and that has been breached by that big pop up. So I'm going to delete that line, get rid of it. Now, boy, I got to go get some caffeine in me. Now, if I come on, why can I not zoom? Oh, because I'm already zoomed out. As far as I can go. If I scroll back a little bit and look for, whoops, changed charts here. look for a trend line. You know what? I need to go full screen on this because I just can't see enough information. There we go. So now, if I grab a trend line and do something maybe like this, thereabouts, we could say that is our current, downtrend line. So on a short term, ideally look for maybe a push up to that level, and then there might be a shorting opportunity. If this kind of holds and isn't able to get through it, then we might see a move to the downside, and there might be some opportunity to short from around that 3,700, 3,800 level down to the 31, 3,200, somewhere around in here. So there could be some opportunity there. But Bitcoin very, very volatile and very unpredictable. It moves sometimes in slightly strange ways, no doubt due to a lot of automation in that market. So anyway, trade accordingly, use good stops and good position sizing, good money management, all that good stuff, and make sure you adhere to your rules, because when it moves, Bitcoin moves very, very quickly, and it can hurt you in a hurry if you're not prepared to get out. So be prepared. But right now, I'm watching this wedge. I want to see what happens if price can get up to the top of the wedge. Can it get over it or not? As a bull, I want to see it get up and over that. And as a bear, I need to see it take out this low down here and break through this entire buy zone. All right, that is it. Let's take one last look at the S&P. Nothing really exciting going on. Not terribly surprising. And let's just get ready for the trading day ahead. I am going to go get myself ready to go into the premium chat room this morning. So for those of you who join me there, I will be looking forward to having you there. We'll see what Tom's got to tell us this morning and see what his analysis says, see what levels we'll be looking for to possibly take some trades today, and see if we can't have another good day of trading. So that is it for me this Monday. Jonathan Van Clute with Stock Navigators, saying please, again, like, comment, subscribe, give us your feedback on these videos, and I hope you have a great day of trading ahead. As always, trade well. I will be back again Wednesday morning, same time, same channel. Till then, trade well. See ya. Bye-bye.